Yeah.
What?
Shawty got hands on her.
On
I'ma
her.
put my hands on her.
On
I'ma
her.
put both of bands on her.
On
I'ma
her.
put the thing on her.
On her.
Shawty got hands on her.
On her.
All right, let's get this party started. It is the Shake Up After Dark. I am your host, Alex the Great, with two more of your hosts.
Tiffanie.
They up in here.
And Greg.
They up
What up?
in
What
here.
up? What up? What up? What up?
Oh, I'm mad I'm missing CNN right now.
Me
Bruh,
too.
I am so mad right now. Shout out to Chris Cuomo holding it down for Dawn Lemon on tonight. I don't know if this is in our news, but we'll definitely get to the story they're talking about because I cannot wait to watch this interview. That's okay. Let me go record CNN real quick. All right.
Well, we have lots of stuff to talk about.
I mean, we got plenty of shit to talk about. Okay, on tonight. First of all, how was your weekend? How was everyone's weekend, Greg? Let's start with you. How was your weekend, Greg?
My weekend was great. I worked the entire weekend, so it was good. I didn't do anything outside of work.
Monty.
I did.
That actually sounds awful.
Well, no, it was great because I connected with great clients that's, looking at seven-figure homes. I can't talk tonight. So, I'm excited. That's a lot of money.
You can't talk tonight?
All right, Alex.
That's a tonight thing?
All right.
Just saying. I'm just putting it out there, my nigga.
You know he disrespectful. Don't act new.
I'm not. Okay, y'all do the most thinking I'm disrespectful. How was your weekend?
It was good. I didn't do a damn thing. I rested, relaxed, release. Relax, relate, release. It was good. I enjoyed my restful weekend.
You did all that?
That's it. Yep. That I did.
Well, I did not sleep 42 hours this weekend like I did last weekend.
Well, that's because you did it last weekend.
I'm not salty that I didn't, though. I had I don't have much memory of what I did.
Why not?
But I'm trying to remember.
You
know
what?
That's all bad.
It's usually if I just go look at my Snap stories, my Snapchat stories, they really help me kind of go back to that place of Neverland. Friday. It doesn't look like I did anything on Friday. Did I?
I can't.
I don't recall. I think I did. I spent some time out, but I called it a kind of early night. I came on in. Saturday, I went take
a seat.
Okay, nope. Don't make me mute you. Don't.
Come on in, take a seat.
I got to go get my dog from outside anyway, so I'll be right back. Keep talking about the weekend.
All right. I went to a taping of Showtime at the Apollo, which is coming back.
How was that?
Shout out to everybody that used to watch it at 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the morning on Saturday night when y'all should have been in the bed because you had church on Sunday morning because it definitely came in on late on Saturday nights. I used to watch it with my dad. But it was pretty dope. It's coming back to Fox. Steve Harvey will be the host again. He's hosting like 12 shows. But it was really funny. I felt like Steve was in his element and I can't really say everything that happened. It was really dope. I think it's definitely going to bring another element to Fox. It's now moving into a primetime slot, which I think is pretty amazing. We had excellency, like at the Apollo, you have all the general people in the audience, and then you have the special people up there on the side in the boxes.
Right. Do you steal tickets to get in?
Hell no. I just got it like that. But it was dope, and I think Steve Harvey actually won me back because I was kind of over him. I felt like he was just a little washed up, but I felt like he really had the opportunity. And a lot of this is not going to be on the show, but between like when they would go between scenes and things like that, he was just in his element, like an old school Kings of Comedy. So flip at the mouth. Everything that came to his mind, he said. And y'all know I have a lot of respect for people like that. Because everything that comes to my mind, I say. So
that's pretty dope. I'm excited for you.
Sunday, I went to the church house. I had taken a break from attending church all year because my former pastor decided he was going to have an 8-hour revival style funeral. So after that, I thought I was at my church limit for the whole year. But it was just like him to go out like that. So it was just like me not to go. I went. One thing, it was a nice church in Harlem. The thing about it is, and this is for all you preachers, you people out there that think that you're called, or you feel like you got a word for people, or you feel like you just want to share something when nobody wants to hear it. I mean, we want to hear it. But if you get to the point, there's no need to keep going. Who are you talking to? We're done listening. Like, to the fact that the sermon started at 12:30, I'm going to make this real short because I have a problem doing that. The sermon started at 12:30. This nigga made the point at 12:52. At 1:05, why are you still going? At 1:15, bro, I'm done.
Did he have like another 2 points?
No, he had no more. You made the point. So you don't have to keep saying it over and over. At 1:20, I said, if my eyelids closed, I'm going to leave them closed.
I cannot with you.
At 1:30, he was still going, and I was like, all right. I think I said it out loud, like, all right. And then the lady behind me, she just kept saying, you just better say that. You better say so. He can stop saying everything. He's done. He was done 40 minutes ago. But then they finally, it finally ended. And I was like, well, if this church can't get to the point in 15 to 20 minutes, and they did get to the point in 15 to 20 minutes, I don't need to be here for the extra hour. Like, I'm done with long services. That's why I pretty much don't be going to church. Because if you're not going to make the point, the God in me is going to make the point in me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get it. When you read the text, the Lord spoke to me. Hallelujah. Let's go home.
It doesn't work like that for everybody, though. I'm just saying.
I'm talking about me, though. It works like that for me.
It works like that for me too. Sometimes.
It's a blessing.
Sometimes. I should have went to
it's
church house on Sunday, but I don't even think I woke up until 10 o'clock.
Why should you have gone?
I don't know. I don't know.
You shouldn't have gone. I talked to you on my way to church and you were watching church. So why? Like,
you're right. Like, I did watch church.
There was no reason to go. I don't feel like, well,
you don't remember it, so
I can pretty much tell that she wasn't gonna remember that word because I could hear it in the background, and I was like, well.
I mean, it wasn't a bad word. I got my 1 to 2 points that I needed.
The fact that you said it wasn't a bad word, means that it probably wasn't even that great.
Let me tell you my issue with church. Much like yours, I went one of them. I went to church a couple weeks ago. I had a cousin in town. She was going to church with my other cousin who lives here, and my parents were going to church. We were all meeting for lunch. My church that I went to started at 9:30. I was home pulling into the driveway by 11. We didn't meet till 1:30 because they weren't out of church until 1. And their church service started at the same time as mine.
At 9:30?
Yes.
9:30 to 1?
I wish this was FaceTime so I could have just hung up and you would have just heard boop, boop, boop. Because I'm sorry, the days of me doing 9:30 church and not either acting a complete ass so that I get thrown out, I can't sit in a church service for 4 hours, not doing it, not gonna do it, don't give a damn what the pastor, I don't care how much of a revelation you think you got. There's no reason for your praise team to sing 3 times. You have 2 offerings and 2 sermons.
One of them may have started at 10.
And I'm not talking about any church in particular, but the church I used to go to. Everything I just said, that's what we did. We had 2 praise and worships, 3 offerings, 2 sermons. And then praise and worship to close the service.
I got a text from my cousin saying that we are heading to the church as well. That was at 8:47.
So yeah, if not going to church sends you to hell, well, I see y'all there.
I will see y'all there because I can't. No.
Well, I'll be in heaven.
Oh Lord, Greg, what are you about to? What? What is?
I'll be in heaven. I'm not going to hell.
When's the last time you went to anybody's church house?
Well, see, when I work on Sundays and I have clients and open houses, I can't technically go to the church house, but I send my tithes.
So when you get to heaven, you gonna tell God, "My bad, I had to make them coins. I was working."
Well,
is there a way we can just table this conversation and move on?
we can.
We
I
can.
don't think anybody cares. Nobody cares.
So in
nobody.
other news, Gabby Douglas has been canceled, according to Black Twitter.
Okay.
Greg, I don't know if you saw this story.
I'm looking at it.
So for those who missed it, Gabby's teammate, Allie, is it Raisman? I think that's how you pronounce her name. She came out and said that the team doctor sexually abused her, and Gabby decided to make a statement saying, basically victim blaming, saying it's also up to women. Allie released a statement saying, women should be able to dress however they want to dress. That doesn't give men the right to sexually abuse anybody ever. Women should be able to feel sexy in their own body, sexy and confident, and all that good stuff. Gabby replied and said it's also up to women to dress modestly, basically as to not invite the unwanted attention of men. Black Twitter, of course, went after her with everything they had and canceled her. She tried to come back and apologize for it, but it was too late. Thoughts?
Nope. None. I actually have one, but I mean, we already know that she kind of grew up a little privileged. Her perception is off. It's the same thing. I mean, you can drag people from their perception. I also feel like, I'm going to say this. So you can drag her if you want to, because you have the freedom to do that in this wonderful country that we live in. She also has the freedom to believe what she like, especially if that's how she was taught. You can't expect people to deviate that much from what they were taught. Why the hell do you think all these people in Alabama still want a sexual predator and pedophile to get the Senate seat? Because he doesn't believe in abortion. Like, come on. She has the right to feel that.
Is ridiculous.
She really has the right to feel that women should dress modestly. And she has every right to believe that. And it's not for me to drag her because she had an opinion.
I mean,
whether I feel like the opinion is ignorant or not. So, Gabby, the best to you. Blessings to you. This is the society we live in. If you think you're going to open your mouth and say your piece and that people aren't going to respond to what you say, go read my mentions.
But I had a troll yesterday. I didn't even get a chance to report him. Somebody else did before I could. But at what point do we draw the line? Because you're saying that about Gabby Douglas, but then somebody could say that about, Cassette Mitchell performing at the inauguration. So.
And they did.
I mean, they did, and she did what she wanted to do, and now she's got a job.
Exactly. She did what she wanted to do, and she kept flapping them gums, and people are continuing to drag her. And I feel like she has every right. She had every right to go make her money and sing at the inauguration. She had every right to do that.
And we got every right to drag her ass.
But.
Yow! She was like an episode. I mean, Cassette was, she might as well have been in Mortal Kombat. But she would have been the losing character every time.
Mortal Kombat.
Katana would be like, ha ha, finish her.
Oh my God.
Like, that would be it. Like, Cassette is the worst. And I just feel like it is what it is. I think it is what it is. Like, Gabby, have your opinion. It's the same reason. Like, they got on, what's her name that was on American Idol? It wasn't Candace Glover. It was another one, and she grew up in the country. Y'all loved her singing, her big ass, and she was out there just singing them songs, belting it out just like they did in that hot ass church with no air conditioner. But
who are you talking about?
When she came out, what was her name? or maybe she was on X Factor. I don't know. She came out and then she said they asked her, something, something, something marriage, and she believes. And she, I believe because this is the way I was raised. Marriage is between a man and a woman, and she said that, and y'all really, really tried to end her life.
I don't
First
even
of
know
all,
who
where
you're
she
talking about,
lives,
so it must have
she had never
really been
even
ended.
seen.
Is that the girl from Mississippi?
I think it was her. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where she was from, she probably ain't. I mean, I'm sure she saw gay people, but she never even heard of gay marriage.
She probably didn't see gay people though.
Like, that's what I'm saying. And even if she did, she didn't know that she didn't know. So y'all dragged her for that. That's what I'm saying. Like, people are gonna be their byproducts of their environment. Gabby. And this is also why I feel like I think social media is needed. I mean, it keeps me employed. But I think that celebrities, this is why they were so protected before the age of social media. They had publicists that spoke for them, management that spoke on their behalf. So nobody was able, their words were vetted 5 and 6 times. Now, and especially in this era of Donald Ass Trump, I mean, at the end of the day,
is that his new middle name? Donald Ass Trump?
I just call him ass clown, but I think that, and the visual of an ass clown is funny. So that's why, like, if you think about a clown on an ass,
I cannot,
and equate that to who he is, then that's why that's funny. But I think that now that these celebrities don't have their words vetted, I mean, they're just gonna get thrown into these, call them what you want to call them. I mean, there's I love all of y'all. Everybody. All of God's creatures. Yeah, like her. Her, Brandy Norwood. It's not surprising that Kim Burrell was Brandy's vocal coach. Both just poor taste. Just horrible. What's the big forehead bun wearing Mary sister? Her. She's just horrible. Tina.
Right.
Tina Campbell.
Oh, I thought you was talking about the other sister.
Don't Tina got a big forehead and be wearing buns?
She does wear buns.
Okay.
That's as far as I'm going to agree.
That's what I was talking about. But she has a big ass forehead.
She looked like an ass clown.
All right. Side note before
she's the worst.
I don't know if y'all saw the awards last night. Alex, I believe you were watching it. But what was this?
That was Tracy Channel and her mama.
No. I said that she looked like
Okay, let's do this. Did you see the awards, Greg?
I did not.
Okay. Well, you're useless. So, I mean, at least for this segment.
I was working yesterday. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, for this segment. So, I mean, first of all, let me give you a brief synopsis, okay? No black people performed until the 3rd hour. Then only one black person performed, and then a black person closed the show. There were black people that said some things. You had a Mexica. What's her name?
Who was the Mexica?
Selena Gomez. She sang a song, but let me tell you why I just can't get
hold
it
on.
with
This
it.
is what I said the dress looked like.
Oh my God! Yeah, it did kind of look like that. Very accurate. Selena was like, "I'm gonna sing a song with Marshmello and Window." Not interested. Like, I lost interest in the name of whatever the song was gonna be.
Not their name,
because that's literally what she said. A Window and Marshmello, or it was something Marshmello. Black people don't listen to no songs when it's called Marshmello. That's like, oh, it's called Door Handle and Marshmello. Like, who? Like, why? So Selena Gomez, and then
so there was a tribute to Whitney Houston, right?
Listen.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth, Jerusalem, Bethlehem, and Galilee. My God.
First of all, I got to take it. I'm going to do a high level step by step of that. From my thought perspective, when Christina Aguilera did the tribute to Whitney Houston.
Let me go get a shot. Go ahead.
When she first walked out, it took me a minute because even though I knew it was Christina, I was like, she looks different. Has she had surgery or something? And then I realized it was because she
didn't do her hair.
She didn't have on no kind of makeup or nothing. I said, oh, you're normally made up like a clown. This is naturally you, girl. Well, you should do this more often so that we can recognize you. I didn't know. So then she starts singing. I was already over the fact that she was doing this tribute. Christina, I just feel like is always team do too much. Right. Girl, sing the song and sit your little ass down. But I wasn't the only one that felt this way. No one else was available to do this. Nobody Black was available to do this tribute. And I'm not saying it had to be a Black person. I'm just saying that there are a couple of Black women, maybe one or two Black men, who really could have done Whitney true justice. Deborah Cox, who did the voice of Whitney Houston, she sang all the songs for the last biopic that was released. Mm-hmm. Jade Nova, who did a Whitney Houston tribute a couple years ago. I mean, there are a couple of people that I'm just saying. And then Whitney's family didn't look pleased. They were sitting in the audience like,
okay, this is the thing. First of all, that was a great synopsis. I'd just like to say this. There was nobody else available, clearly. Christina was off key, and I felt like she was channeling Cher, who's still alive. So, Christina, you at least needed to channel or summon or seance a Black person that died. There's a lot of Black singers that died. Hell, you could have channeled Weezy Jefferson and sounded better than you did. But you just sounded a hot-ass mess. And then she got up there, and then like she's singing all these songs, and she's trying to do a medley. And first of all, it was like you didn't even go to fourth grade music class. That's not how you can't. She just wasn't connecting the dots. And then, it was like literally issue after issue after issue. And we collectively tried to sit there. And then clearly they consulted no Black people because they were like, and to celebrate the legacy of the Bodyguard and Whitney Houston, Pat Houston. Nobody trusts Pat Houston. We know that Pat really killed Whitney. We know that she was the mastermind and she has the goddamn money. Like, nobody trusts Pat Houston. What Black person did you talk to? You can't. Pat Houston? Like, okay, all right. So I was like, and Pat is sitting there like, and we all, every Black person was sitting at home like,
I hate you so much. So much.
Not Pat. And then not Aaliyah. Then what's her name? Christina gets on there. And then here she go. That's basically what it was. That's literally exactly. Find the lie, Tiff.
Ooh, the way I hate you.
I'm telling you, there was no lie. So I was sitting there like, okay, all right. So I'm not supposed to say anything. Then, of course, nobody wants to drag Miss Ross, okay? Because I love Miss Ross. There's no dragging. And there's one thing that happens, okay? When you're this legend, and I've always said, like, I didn't really get it, but I got it last night. And this is me admitting my wrongs. I don't do it very often. I ask people all the time, I'm 30 years old, but Dianna Ross has literally been doing this me times two. Okay? Literally. Like, literally. I look at Dianna Ross and I was like, okay, so what was the big deal? But I understand that, first of all, we couldn't do this. Let me tell you how phenomenal Miss Ross is. We couldn't be that. We could not be the superstar. So that's why, fuck Dianna singing. Hell, she didn't find the key at all last night and was unbothered. And that stage presence that she had when she walked onto this stage and she was like, I am Dianna Ross. I am wearing a gown. I can't even walk in it. I'm like 73. I'm old as fuck, and all of y'all love me. So fuck y'all. And that she literally had a fuck you attitude without cussing at all. But I feel
But
like
why
Miss
did
Ross,
nobody walk her down the stairs? I don't understand.
because she's Miss Ross, she didn't need help. Like I'm telling you, like Miss Ross, literally, I was literally like, but you're Miss Ross. I get it. I get it. Like she said, I am from the hood in Detroit. By the way, I'm black. Y'all like don't want to make me black, but I'm black, blackity, black, black, black.
She
Dianna
said
Ross
that.
is black. Yeah, by the way, I'm black. We couldn't be, I didn't know. She said, I didn't know that I couldn't be a star. That's number one, Miss Ross. Okay, we got you. You didn't know you could be a star, but you are. She came out, and I'm telling you, like, honestly, like they're like, oh, Diana Ross was the first Beyonce. The thing about Beyonce is not like Beyonce's not that phenomenal, except her stage presence. She's hands down the best performer ever in life. It doesn't matter that she can barely read and she can't talk.
Oh
That's
my
not a big deal. Nobody cares about that. She's an amazing performer. Miss Ross, though, that stage presence, and she has it, though. She can talk. Like, I just feel like I would be mesmerized just sitting here listening to Miss Ross. Like, really? Really? Shops at Marshall's, and she left her fanny pack there last week. And she brought the fanny pack out on the stage.
No, her grandchild
grandkids up there
out on the stage.
Listen, I'm telling you, she brought these grandkids, but the one with soul got up there and showed his ass out. Rhonda's son got up there with his big ass afro and said, "My grandmother is performing, but I'm about to break dance and give y'all
in the back
show for my life." Okay.
I was like, "Sir."
When it comes to performance, no, it was. I mean, she didn't find a key. She was not even on one. Like she went from a B flat to a C sharp. Unbothered.
I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't know because I was singing.
Because you don't remember.
No,
Nobody remembers.
I was singing in my own house to the top of my lungs. I sang every song that she did, and then when The Wiz came on, I started easing on down the road in my bedroom. So
the concern that we had there was why a few of her grandchildren of a certain persuasion didn't know Ease on Down the Road. And that's what people were concerned about, but
they didn't. That concerns me. It does. Because why?
But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying, Miss Ross? I get it. I never got it until last night. And I've always loved her music. I love what she brings to the culture. I love what she did for us. I love that she's blackity, black, black, black.
Yep.
Love it. Like love it.
Demi performed. I did like Demi's performance.
Didn't hear it. I have to go back and watch it, but I'm a fan of Demi Lovato.
I am too. Kelly Clarkson performed. She performed some old song, but then she performed the song that just came out maybe 2 months ago that I like, "Love So Soft." But her and Pink, Jamie Foxx introduced them to open the show and said that they were the greatest voices of all time. And I just sat there and stared at my screen like,
Bald face lie.
I'm sorry, what? Jamie say what? Bullshit? What? No. We not gonna do that. Ain't enough coins in the world for me to do that. No. They would have had
Jamie be sleeping with Snow Bunny, so.
Oh my God. I just can't.
Yes.
And I just need Pink to stop doing Cirque du Soleil. Girl, if you want to be in the circus, just go join the circus and stop singing.
Yeah, she's pretty played out at this point, though.
I just want her to stop doing all these hieroglyphics or whatever it is she's doing.
Trapeze and stuff. And personally, if I was in that hotel, I'd be mad as hell because it didn't look like they were warned that there'd be a white bitch scaling up the side of the building as they were trying to go to sleep.
Imagine if you was in the JW Marriott.
No.
And you look out your window and here comes Pink.
No. I would have gotten all of my coins back, every single one. Y'all just wasn't going to tell me that there was going to be people scaling up the building? That's not okay.
I'm going to tell you right now, they're not giving you your money back.
At all.
Yeah.
This was considered entertainment.
Entertainment, right. We thought it would be a nice surprise for our guests. Okay. Well, you thought wrong. Let me just let you know. We can move on. I'm tired of talking about that show.
Hey.
Leave it at that. Tyrese gets his daughter back.
Finally.
Judge orders.
I'm gonna reserve my right not to. Can we do Tyrese in like no seconds or less?
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm so sick. I'm so sick of Tyrese. I really am. I'm sick of it.
Well, the judge dismissed the domestic abuse and restraining order against Tyrese and restores shared custody of daughter, but also orders him and Norma Gibson not to spank their daughter. You cannot order Black people not to spank their daughter. That's not happening. And they must enroll in joint therapy and parenting classes.
All of us have the same look, Greg. I don't even feel like you had it intentionally, but not what.
Before we continue the show,
right now, I'm gonna tell you, if she starts talking while you talking, she's gonna get backhanded. Like, and what? Okay, if I stop spanking her, the rest of my family will continue. So.
Yeah, basically.
What the hell on with that? And I'm telling you, and I've had people come back at me like, we've done studies in child abuse, and I'm like, ain't nobody trying to abuse no damn kids. I'm not trying to abuse no damn kids. I'm just not gonna spare the rod because I don't want to spoil the child. Now, that's a word from the Bible that I'm gonna.
That's the Bible. Because that's what it was preached to me as I got my ass spanked.
I don't care. I feel like a couple of whoopings saved my life. Okay.
I feel like a couple of whoopings.
A few whoopings less. I'm telling you.
More than a couple for me.
I'd be in jail.
Listen.
For something, one thing or another. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I get pinpoint times that I'm like, that they didn't beat me. And I'm like, y'all should have beat my ass. Should have.
I don't know. The worst punishment I ever got was when my mom didn't do anything. I'd already had my ass whooped enough at that point to fear it. But I snuck into a movie because I was listening to my little Asian friend. Don't ask why.
Why you gotta call her Asian? Why couldn't you just say you was listening to your little friend? Why does everything have to be about race?
Don't try that.
You work for Donald Trump? I'm asking a question.
Don't try that with
that
me.
I want to know. Why does everything have to be about race? Oh, I'm not trying anything. You said, little Asian friend.
Anyway. Let's move on because I have a lot more I want to talk about.
Let's get it.
That was a lot, Greg. I just want you to know. Keystone Pipeline gets approval from Nebraska regulator. First of all, I don't feel like it was discussed enough that there was a pipeline leak.
I don't feel like Black people know what the pipeline is. So I feel like, I promise you, probably 80% of Black people just skip over this story.
Mm-hmm.
That's not okay.
Okay, so tell us why.
Okay, so
because they're gonna keep skipping it, but
okay, Keystone Pipeline has been story off and on in the media where the first Americans, Native Americans, were being pushed out of their land. It's sacred territory. Trump administration wanted to go and basically build a long ass pipe through it and desecrate a bunch of ancient stuff. That was
why you should care. These are people of color. They are being ravaged and stomped on and pushed out just like white people always do.
Exactly. Thank you.
Now they're listening. You're welcome.
I hate you. So a couple of weeks ago, there was an oil spill. Didn't get any kind of media coverage whatsoever. And
I saw it.
Well, you're a journalist, so I'm sure you did. And now the Nebraska Public Service Commission has voted to approve the Trans-Canada Keystone Pipeline that cleared a regulatory hurdle for the proposed 1,179-mile pipeline that would link Canada's Alberta oil to U.S. refineries. So basically, this long, drawn-out fight that the country has been fighting to try and stop this pipeline from being built through Native American territory just got approved. Why that's not a big media story, I don't know. But I have had to dig for information on it. I mean, if you Google it, then yeah, but it's not. This is one of those stories that's on the CNN ticker. It's not it's not something that they're actually talking about. Do y'all agree or disagree? Have you seen it on the news or anything like that?
Yeah, it's on there.
I've seen it on there like a year ago. I mean, they don't really talk about it too much. They hit it and they move on.
That's not good. If you don't know about the pipeline, Google it.
I mean, you're not helping because you're telling them to do something that they're not gonna do.
It's a really bad thing.
It is. It's not good
Give
at all.
more credit, asshole.
I'm not giving why don't you poll your friends and see who has heard anything about the pipeline?
My friends have heard about the pipeline. You know my friends, so
okay. So put it in your little spell house group, and I promise you, probably maybe 5% of that group is going to be like, yeah, we're up to speed on what's going on. Because if they were up to speed about it, then they would be talking about it. You would see posts about it. People don't know.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Just like people post as soon as Donald Trump says something like, I should have left your ass in jail. People was talking about that.
I hate him so much. So much. Do we want to talk about that really quick before we go on to the other stories? Nope. Grace, no.
If I could make my face look like Kellyanne Conway's, then that would be my no.
So, Sean T and husband Scott Blocher welcome twin boys. Congratulations to them.
Explain to me how this happens. How?
I'm sorry.
They welcomed them home from where, like the
hospital?
Who
is it again?
Sean T.
And his husband.
Oh, it's two men. Oh.
You don't know who Sean T is? The one with the list that does the fitness videos?
He's on every time. Anytime you look at an infomercial on every channel, like, and it's in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. and just on random channels, like he has like a Bowflex 30-minute. This is why you need to buy this treadmill.
He's really dark skinned.
He's light skinned and bald.
Just Google Sean T. He sent out a tweet saying, "Our baby boys have arrived. We are so thrilled that our precious little
they came by mail order.
We are so thrilled that our precious little preemie angels took us by surprise and arrived early at 32 weeks, 5 days. Thanks for your love and support as they continue to grow and get stronger."
Did you say preemie and privé?
No, sir. They're preemie angels. He's calling them little angels, but they're preemie babies. They were born prematurely.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was always happy when children come into this situation, though. I love babies.
Yeah,
Greg, I thought you pulled out a pom-pom. I was about to.
No, it's my hat.
So many questions.
It's my hat.
But are they
okay?
So they were mail order babies.
Alex, I'm not dignifying that with a response.
Serious question. Like, there's some things I don't understand. You're telling me that these two men that are not able to bear children, their babies have arrived. So is there?
They probably had sex with like some lady and got her pregnant. You like impregnated her. I would think
they couldn't both.
That could be that.
Huh?
You're right. They could. Oh, they could.
What you say, Tiffanie?
They could have inserted the semen into the 2 eggs to make 2 children, so they feel like they have equal parent rights, because each child belongs to one of them.
What did you just say?
That really does happen. That happens.
Yeah, it does.
What did you? Never mind. I don't even want you to repeat that. I don't know.
I said that you take 2 sperms and you take 2 eggs, and then you put the 2, what do they call it? Fertilized eggs into the woman.
Mm-hmm.
But
and they're fertilized.
That costs a lot of money.
Separate sperms.
It does, but the 2 sperm do not go in the egg. They do that so that 1 sperm wins, basically, but you don't know which one, so you can't really claim, "Oh, I have more rights than you," because it's actually my child.
Well, if you have twins and they take 1 sperm go into 1 egg, another sperm go into the other egg, put the 2 eggs into the lady. That's
That's
possible.
not how it works.
No, that is possible.
It's not 2 eggs for twins, Greg. That's not.
No. So they may not be identical twins, but a lady could be carrying 2 embryos at the same time. She can. You look it up. It's on the media. I promise you.
Greg,
So no, because this lady,
I'm telling you,
she was about 3 or 4 months.
mystified.
She was about 3 or 4 months pregnant and got pregnant again. So she had twins, but it was by 2 different men. It's the truth. I didn't make this shit up.
Oh, I did hear about that happening. So if a woman is 3 months pregnant, she gets pregnant again. I feel like that is such a disservice to the second baby because you're gonna have to come on out. You're gonna have to come on out when this first, like you're gonna. But I'm telling you, we can sidebar for a minute, and I know there's so much to talk about. But there's no way we're gonna hit it all. I am so mystified by sex these days. It just makes no sense. Okay, I went to health class. I remember in 4th grade, they brought me home. I had to take home the sex ed paper and then have approval to hear about it. And there's such an evolution that I don't really even know what you could possibly be teaching children these days. Like, what are you saying to them? I mean, and I feel like you have to tell the whole story. Okay, like there's many parents that are gonna bring home a baby. You know, it's gonna get here in different ways. There's all of these, I mean, with the transgenders and all of their surgeries, and I know there's proper terminology, so transes don't come for me, okay? I don't know all of that extra ass terminology, and I'm really not trying to learn it. Just like LGBTQIA, LMNOPQRSTUV.
Yeah, that's kind of out of control.
It's y'all on these goddamn letters. I can't. The colors mean something on the flag. I can't.
They do.
Trans.
First of all, I just thought a bunch of colors were thrown together to make the rainbow.
No, they actually just added. And so the black people in the gay community obviously had an issue with the color because there was no black colors and brown colors. No, this is real.
You have an issue with the rainbow?
This is serious.
Why though? Why is everything so damn extra?
So they had to go back and redo the flag. I think it was earlier this year, last year, and add brown and black to it.
What?
Everybody just want a piece of everything at this point.
What's the other colors mean?
And I just feel like people are just all this fluidity and sex and stuff like that. Everybody's selfish, and so everybody wants something, and then they be lying about it, and they just don't tell people that they want. Like everybody wants something, and then I seen this video on the Facebook, and this is really what had me bothered. Like they were showing a trans. Like not an actual person, but the scientific method of how a transgender female becomes a male. The FTM, F2M, FTM, female to male. And it showed how they took her fallopian tubes and collapsed them to turn them into balls. Like, what are they teaching in health now? What are you teaching your 4th graders about sex?
I don't think they teach that in school. They probably should. That's confusing.
Oh, I bet you they do. I bet you they do.
I bet you they do teach it though.
I bet you they do.
I don't know. That's confusing.
That's a lot. When I was in school, it was girls and boys.
They're like,
separated the girls from the boys.
My mom used to be Bill. So what are you, if you're the 4th grade teacher, what do you say? Like, no, you're confused, Tommy. Your mom was never Bill. What's
Alex,
your mom?
come close. I need you to come close. I hate you. Okay?
I'm just really saying, like, if Tommy's like, my mom told me that she was Bill.
I hate you so much.
She met Dave, and then she didn't want to be Bill anymore.
Oh, my God.
What's her name now, Alex?
Why do you do this, Greg? Why do you encourage his foolishness? Why? Why?
So,
Caitlyn just sounded appropriate, but
Caitlyn Jenner, what would you guys do if your parents came out now? Because we're of age, so our parents are older, not as old as Caitlyn, though.
Ooh,
so
this is a
what
good
would
question,
you do
Greg.
If your dad came and said, you know, I'm going to transition and sit you and sit me and your sister down, and I can't get out. Shit.
Alex, I feel like we had this conversation before.
I mean, I would probably do a lot of cussing, but at the end of the day, bruh, do you?
So in about 8 months, he got these big double D's because your dad tall, so he gonna need big titties, okay? And then like he come and he sit down, he got his wig on.
If he's watching this right now, he would literally be. If my dad was watching right now, I promise you, he would be burning up. He's on fire right now, just with the thought.
How do you eject people?
So I'm almost finished. What will you do? He come with these breasts and hair and makeup and lashes. Will you take a picture and put them on Facebook?
I see ignore, but how?
And first of all, and of course, see, you gonna have all the transits coming and jumping on me. We're not taking a picture. I'm not putting you on my Facebook either. My name ain't Kylie. I'm not Kendall. I'm not Kim. I'm not Courtney. I don't give a damn about none of that. I'm not doing none of that. Okay, but do you on the same note? If Pastor Greg
it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Some 6-inch stilettos.
It's a wrap.
And a maxi dress and a sundress with no drawers. And Tiff, while you staring on the same note, if Stacy was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna be Steve," and she got her a buzz cut and started dressing like Queen Latifah from Set It Off, and pulled her a little baddie, a little blonde chick, a blonde baddie. What up, Tiff?
She gonna have her strap on.
I know we used to look alike. I know we used to look alike, but I'm the dad you never had. I'm Steve.
First of all, my mom did get a buzz cut when I was younger. And because women hit on her, she couldn't grow her hair back out fast. This butch woman approached her one day and she said, "Oh, hell." I think that was the first time my mom had ever considered getting a wig. I said, "Don't you ever buzz cut your hair ever again."
I mean,
so anytime she's mentioned it since then, I remind her of that butch bulldagger that approached her.
On that note,
and tried to hit on her.
Can we have a serious conversation?
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of transitioned, but we needed to have some fun with this. Because I'm telling you, all the bullshit that goes on, you need some time that you got to unwind. My good friend, my dear friend, the one and only Pastor Vanetta West, posted this post on Instagram this week that was good to me, okay? She had this picture of Jesus, right? So Jesus fed the multitude. I feel like I need to go on Facebook Live and talk about this tonight because I'm still lit and I have a whole bunch to say. But imagine, like, this is why I say people, and I know that God is like, I need you out here speaking for me, but you gotta speak like me. But I'm like, God, I tell people all the time, y'all got Jesus all the way fucked up. Because you do. You got Jesus fucked up. So in this picture, Greg, I want you to get the visual. We all know this story. We some church kids. We know this.
I'm showing it on my screen now.
We seen white Jesus out here. First of all, Jesus wasn't white. And Tiffany, you can talk about that. Wasn't nobody in the Bible white. Nobody. They was Arabs and Africans, okay? All black. So I don't know where y'all got these white people from with this silky Yorkie hair like they was some dogs. Because we didn't have that kind of hair. We have hard, coarse hair like carpet and curly.
Not carpet though.
So imagine Jesus like, okay, bring that basket over here. Go get me some. Get me 2 fish, and I'm about to feed these multitudes. We gave it a number. We called he fed the 5,000 allegedly. But what if he had said, "Hold up, I can only feed the Christians. I mean, the people that believe that I am the Son of the Lord, the Lord. So if you gay, bro, you're gonna be hungry. You Muslim, you gonna serve Muhammad after he comes after me, bro? I can't do it." What if Jesus had done that? He didn't. But that's how we sit up in these churches like, you had this baby out of wedlock. I can't bless him. We can't dedicate him back to the Lord because you had this baby out of wedlock.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's
So
a
we
good point.
penalizing the
These-
baby like Jesus
these
is penalizing the baby. I'm
bylaws get on
sorry,
my
but you
nerves.
can't be in here to worship because you came in here with your man. Well, sir,
Ooh.
you came in here with another man. You can't worship.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, you said you believed in Muhammad, and this is the house of the Lord, Jesus. We only do Jesus. My camera done got mad. We only do Jesus.
Your camera said, all right, I'm done.
we only do Jesus up in here, so your Muslim ass got to go on back to the mosque. That's how Christians be sounding, and it really makes no sense to me. Like, it makes no sense to me. So Jesus would not have fed these people because they was gay. And you know what? Based on like these people down in Alabama right now, that's how they sound. That's how they sound trying to elect this pedophile.
But that's how some of these churches sound. Don't get me started on the church.
About 60% of these American churches sound like this.
Yeah. I had a conversation today, and I was talking about how different churches, or some of these churches out here, the conversation started by talking about, how sometimes you have to be selfish and do self-care and all of that. And I said, but these churches aren't teaching that, because in order for them to believe and preach in self-care and, be able to teach that God is compassionate and gracious and everything else that he is, instead of this judgmental, mean God that some of these churches portray him as, they would have to believe that you should love yourself. And if you gay or have a baby out of wedlock or whatever they feel like is a sin, then they don't feel like you should love yourself until you get your sin together. That's what these churches be teaching.
No, you're right. It's out of order. The church is going to send so many people to hell.
The church is going to hell while the people going to be walking through the gates.
It's a codependent, and we can talk about this another night, but it's a codependent relationship that churches prey upon. You need to come to church every Sunday, and you need to be at Bible study every Tuesday so that you can have a relationship with Jesus. Fuck y'all, I can have a relationship in my bedroom or in my living room or in my office.
And you call yourself a Christian and you just said fuck them? Ooh. That's the same kind of things that they do. But you know what, Greg? I told Tiff this. People have a God conscience, and that's what I realized. They just don't like to express it around people that feel like they are holier than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But these people be having a God conscience, and I told Tiff, I was in a club on Halloween, and you've been to a club before, right, Greg?
No, I have never stepped foot into such a sin box.
Nigga, wasn't I in one with you a couple months ago?
Huh?
Wasn't I with you in one a couple months ago?
Absolutely not. You wasn't with me in a club.
He said, I have never stepped into a sin box. Greg, most days, like 5 out of the 7 days in the week, I don't really like you. But
I've already.
But I want to tell you, Tiff, I did this for you. But we all know this, and this is how I know people be like, you know what? I fool with God. Like, Jesus is cool, but the people that represent him down here, I'm good.
Right.
On them.
Right.
And I get it, because I know those people that represent him.
Right.
And I'd be good on them too.
Right.
But this is what was going on in that club, all right? I'm going to give you an example, right? We all know this G-Eazy with Cardi B. It goes hard. Hey. If I hit it once, mama. If I 2 times. Hey. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. Now, Greg, this is what happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the club. I'm in the club. Remember that. And this is everybody in the club. Hennessy in hand. Now, I come from the church. You know what I'm saying? So I know that the churches are gonna be like, these damn heathens. That's an abomination coming before the Lord with the devil's juice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what I know is I saw these people literally go in, not because they love the song, but they were really like, oh, this took me back to a place that I remember that, like, these people have a God conscience. If the church could just speak to that conscience without judgment,
the church would win.
If you could speak to that conscience without judgment, and you could remind them that you love them so they should love, that was the entire message that Christ brought. He brought one message, and that was the message of love. He loved unconditionally. He showed up with the woman with the issue of blood. He showed up at the club. He showed up at the wedding and turned the water into wine so that they could continue to have a good time. But most importantly, just to show them that he loved them.
Preach this word.
So we just don't do that. And I think that's how we win in society. Like me personally, and I've been telling people this since I stopped preaching, like I'm not trying to save anybody in the church. I don't care. Like eventually they'll save themselves or they're going to hell. My job is like, I don't care. I just can't care. I mean, I love me as the church because I am the church, so I go love the people. And I feel like people they meet God where they are. I show them that I love them regardless. I got issues, you got issues. Let's all talk about our issues. And you know what? God still loves people with issues.
Amen. Amen and amen again. Before we go,
he be coming in
like a flood.
Well, I got do say on the desk.
Wow. Okay. Before we go, we got to hit a couple of quick topics. Russell Simmons and Brett Ratner, accused of sexually assaulting a teenage model. I think this is one of the first cases where I've seen where the two accused were like, hell no, don't bring that over here. We didn't do it. Don't even try it.
Well, I heard Ratner had like 8 more allegations against him.
I didn't hear that part.
So do you think at this point people are just making up stuff, or do you think that people who have
I think the majority of people
long?
No, I don't feel like these people are making it up, but I do feel the majority, because now we're overdoing it with like, okay, people need to know that this happened. You're exposing them, but are you exposing them? Like what is the full? I get it. Like, oh, I've been empowered to tell my truth, but why are you telling it to the Washington Post, the New York Times, and CNN so that the entire world can get a push alert? You know, like at this point, I think that, okay, we know that it's happening, and what we need to focus on is that people feel empowered to tell their stories, and we take action when they tell them, so that we don't have this in 20 years when we have a whole nother a multitudes of people coming out to tell their stories. Not to say that they're going to be not believed or discredited, but I do believe that the majority of people that are getting these alerts that aren't in media and aren't journalists, they're like, you know what, people just making things up now. Stop texting my phone, CNN. I'm about to delete this app. That's really how people are talking.
It is, and that's sad, because this really is a conversation that needs to continue.
Yeah, but there is a such thing as overkill.
There is not just saying overkill. I do think that some of these people might be making it up.
Yeah,
not all, and that's not me victim blaming or anything like that. That's just me being realistic. Not all of these people are telling the truth.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, duh. But that's the thing. Like, if well, listen, ain't nobody running you don't run my Twitter, you don't run my nothing. So I think at the end of the day, we have to be honest about this damn situation and know for a fact that there's some of this stuff is like, when it's overkill like this, nothing happens.
That's true.
That's true. I agree.
Nobody's getting it. So not to say that the stories don't need to be told, and not, ma'am, sir, please, ma'am, please, sir. And that this is the crazy thing, and we can't even touch this tonight, but there's a multitude of men that have been sexually assaulted as well, and not just by men.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There are some ravenous, and I'm using that word by design, ravenous, over exuberant, touchy-feely women that feel like they see something that they want to grab onto. They see some gray sweatpants and they felt a little bit more than Jesus. They felt me up. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that I'm gonna go like, because it really didn't. It didn't fuck with me. Like I didn't have a psychological problem. Oh my God, did she just think I'm of a piece of meat? I'm sure she was thinking about my meat.
Y'all don't understand what great
I think I think. But this is the thing. So you see that mentality right there, like
I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying.
No. What? Not even you. I'm saying, if a girl grabs my meat and I'm like, oh, I know that she was thinking about my meat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can't believe that she grabbed mine. She just was treating me like a piece of meat. Like, literally, when that flips like that, women and men be like, oh, bruh, so you would like, that's something wrong with her thinking that you some meat? Like, if I took that same mentality that all of these women are taking, yes, there's something wrong with her being interested in my meat and grabbing on it like it's hers. Yeah. You know, like, and I'm not being funny. I'm saying that this is such a double standard.
It is a double standard, and I find it interesting that Terry Crews is, I think, the only man that's come out saying that he was sexually assaulted.
And this is why.
But I know that there have been women that are out there sexually harassing and sexually assaulting men and women. Mm-hmm. Why aren't those stories being told? Not a one.
I'm not gonna open my big black mouth to talk about this, and then it stops here. I hope this doesn't go anywhere. I hope nobody shares this clip, because I'll be damned if all of a sudden my big black mouth. I'm not trying to be the face or the voice behind this issue. Leave me out of it. Well, but somebody should talk about it though. It's not.
I agree. Me. Before we go,
she's so ugly. Okay. I normally wouldn't even do this, but I gotta. This is flexible on today. How do I turn this around? Ugly. She is. Oh, boy, she gone now. But damn. Nah. She
anyway, ugly. We will not end the show without saying farewell to our beloved family members, Grandpa Huxtable and Auntie Della. May they both rest in heavenly peace. In paradise.
I mean, I didn't really feel that much of a connection, except I felt like he was everybody's grandpa. Cliff Huxtable's father on the Cosby's, Earl
Hyman. I still celebrate their anniversary every time one of those episodes comes out. Night and day. I still just gotta hit the choreography. And Della, for those who don't know Della Reese.
Are you in charge of the girls?
Am I? Really? May they rest in peace. Very sad.
That's sad. They're old.
Come on, somebody tell the truth. Jesus. Old people die. Della had to go.
Yeah, but
she wasn't gonna hear. She couldn't be here too much longer. No, I'm with you, Greg.
I know. I seen on my timeline gone too soon. I'm shocked.
No, I do.
No, she's 100.
No, she was 86, and I did say I wasn't ready for her. You know how black people are. We have to be ready to let you go. So I wasn't personally ready to let Della go. When I saw that. The first thing I said was, "Oh no, not!"
I almost wrecked my car.
See, you about to kill yourself over this old ass lady who done died and lived her damn life.
Now, Grandpa Huxtable was 96, so that one I can understand.
My question is, are you still here? Why? That's a long time.
You are rude.
No. If y'all are alive when I'm 100 and I die, don't be sad. It's like, damn, it's time for that nigga to go.
You said that.
You will live to 100 because it's mean bitches like you that always live the longest.
You right. And then there's also old bitches that just get old and it be time for them to go.
Anyway.
I couldn't resist that.
I actually love that song.
Me too. It sends me on in.
We've got to go.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
I mean, Greg,
got to,
how do people get in touch with you?
Right. Greg.
How do they get in touch with you? Hello.
You can call me on my phone, or
oh my God,
or
stop talking.
Or you can come and find me on Instagram at @GregWilliams_.
Greg, I'm coming to your city on Friday.
Let's party.
Oh, that means he's not going.
Oh, it's not my city.
He's not going to be.
It's not my city. Oh, also rest in peace to the old Georgia Dome.
Oh, it just blew the fuck up today.
I felt it in my bed. It was terrible.
I bet you feel a lot of things in that bed.
All right. You can find me at Tiff Lanelle on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all of those things, and at tifflanelle.com. That's it for me, because I hate you. There's nothing.
How about the flights to St. Louis just went down $200?
Alex. Damn. How can they get in touch with you?
Of course, as always, anywhere you want to, however you want. How do you want it? How do you need it? However do you want. All right. I'm Alex the Great. I am on Twitter, Instagram. I'm everywhere. Alex Unmuted. All right. Twitter, Instagram, and .com. That's Alex Unmuted. Remember, today is greater. Believe it, speak it, and live it. You have to make the choice to be great. Your situation is not your destination. Instead, make it your motivation. We are back here on Wednesday at 10 p.m. Happy Thanksgiving if you ain't coming back, but we'll see your ass here. Be here. Believe it, speak it, and live it. You have to make the choice to be great. I said that your situation ain't your destination. Instead, make it your motivation. Namaste.
Namaste.
Amen.